Can stop you right there. Is he not the most boring person you've ever heard in your life?
Pardon me?
It all comes down to one skill, charisma. But here's the thing. Charisma isn't something you're born with. It's something you can develop. And I've broken it down into an incredibly simple framework. I call it the CAR formula. Before we dive into that, here's the golden rule you need to accept. Not everyone will like you, and that's okay. Think about it. You don't like every single person you meet, right? This mindset frees you from trying too hard to please everyone, which ironically makes you more likable. Now, here's the exciting part. As you grow more charismatic, you'll naturally attract people who love being around you. So let's unlock that charisma step by step with the CAR formula. So, when someone doesn't like you, it stings. It's a gut punch, feeling rejected, dismissed, or even just unacknowledged. But let me tell you something, it's okay. In fact, it's better than okay. Not being liked by everyone means you're not watering down who you are to please others. Instead, you're standing out, and that's what creates meaningful connections. Because here's the truth, being universally liked is impossible, even if you don't like every person you meet, right? And that's a good thing. Why? Because being true to yourself attracts people who genuinely resonate with your personality. And the ones who do, they'll like you 10 times more. Now, let's dive into the CAR formula. Contribute, attend, repeat. A simple, actionable method to unlock your charisma and make people genuinely enjoy being around you. Starting with contribute, the first step to making people like you is to contribute value. But what does that actually mean? Let's break it down. Imagine you're at a dinner party with people you've just met. The conversation is lively, stories are flying, jokes are cracking, and everyone's having a great time. But instead of joining in, you sit there quietly, nodding along or occasionally laughing. Now, if I asked the others about you afterward, they'd probably say, "Oh, he's fine. Nice guy, I guess." And sure, that's not a bad impression, but it's forgettable. Now imagine a different scenario. You're at that same dinner, but this time you tell a hilarious story that gets everyone laughing, or you share an interesting insight about something you're passionate about. Suddenly, people are drawn to you. You've contributed something valuable to the group dynamic. What's the takeaway here? To be liked, you need to elevate the experience of those around you. You don't need to be a celebrity or a genius. You just need to engage. Maybe you're naturally funny, or you have a knack for storytelling, or maybe you're great at asking questions that make others think. Whatever your unique angle is, bring it to the table.
And so
I know,
Tom,
it was really good. So
yeah.
I thought that was great.
And then, but wait, Tom Cruise reads his line, but it was like this. So I thought he lost his place because I couldn't hear him. So I said, "Me right here." He says, "I know. I said the line. I'm waiting on you."
The second step of the CAR formula, attend. Master the art of active listening. If contributing is about what you give, attending is about what you take in. And no, I'm not talking about passively nodding along. I'm talking about active listening. This is where real connection happens. Here's the thing. Everyone wants to feel seen, heard, and understood. If you can make people feel that way, they'll naturally gravitate toward you. So how do you do this? First, use nonverbal cues. When someone is speaking, show that you're engaged. Smile, nod, raise your eyebrows in surprise. These little gestures signal that you're fully present. Because let's face it, if you're just sitting there with a blank expression, it feels like talking to a wall.
Why is that? It's the most important relationship I have. Wow. Is with the people. As I reached a point in my career, I was tired of trying to be something I wasn't.
Wow.
So listen, you can't talk about wrestling, you can't go by The Rock, you can't be as big, you can't, it was a lot of things like that. So finally, I reached a point where
Second, summarize what they've said. For example, if someone says, "I had the craziest experience at work today," respond with something like, "Wow, sounds like it was a wild day." This shows that you were actually paying attention. It's a small thing, but it makes a huge difference. Finally, respond to emotions, not just facts. Let's say someone tells you, "My car got broken into." Don't jump straight to problem solving with, "Oh, you should call the police." Instead, empathize. "That sounds so frustrating. I'm really sorry that happened to you. This kind of response hits deeper because it acknowledges their feelings, not just the situation. When you master this skill, people will walk away from conversations with you thinking, wow, he really get me. And that's the magic of attending. Now, on to the third step in the CAR formula. Practice until it's natural. Now, here's where most people trip up. They think charisma is something you either have or you don't. But that's not true. Charisma is a skill, and like any skill, it takes practice. When you first start applying the CAR formula, it might feel awkward. Maybe you're not used to contributing to group conversations, or you find it hard to actively listen without getting distracted. That's normal. The key is to push through the discomfort. Think of every interaction as practice. Maybe your first few attempts don't go as planned. That's okay. Keep showing up, keep trying, and eventually, it'll start to feel natural. And here's the best part. As you practice, you'll start to notice something amazing. The more you lean into your authentic self, your humor, your insights, your quirks, the more people will be drawn to you. Because at the end of the day, the goal isn't to be liked by everyone. It's to find your people, the ones who truly appreciate you for who you are.